Hi, this is Stan. Well, welcome back to the shop. You know, today I just feel like building something. No big project. Maybe get some scraps together and I've got an idea. Well, I have an idea of another modification to my Harbor Freight wooden workbench, which I love. So let's take a look. So here's the Harbor Freight bench that I use all the time. It's centered in my shop. I have another one here that is piled full of junk. So this one, as you can see, does not have the shelves that come standard with it. I instead have two large open trays for tools and things, including, you can see one way down on the bottom, and there's actually a support piece that I put in the middle. And I moved this vise from the other bench over to this one. Wasn't being used over there. And I added some strips underneath on both sides and on the end so that I could clamp my work on the full thickness. So I've got 2x4s underneath. But a lot of woodworkers and benches have little trays, or a single tray along the side or some in the middle. Anyway, for the little debris that collects while you're working on a project, little hammers and screwdrivers and little bits and bobs. And I am not one of those people that puts every tool back where it belongs during a build. When I get in the middle of a project, the place just gets really messy. And it's only when I can't find what I'm looking for that I stop and clean things up. I know that's pretty sad. But anyway, so I thought, well, maybe I should try one of those trays and see if I like it. The problem is I still want to be able to clamp things along the edges, and so a tray would prevent that. However, if I make a sliding tray that I could pull out on either side, but centers itself and gets out of the way when I need to clamp, that might just be ideal. And so over here you can see I've got a few scraps that I think will work. So this is a it was a 2x6. I used some framing on the bathroom remodel that I'm doing, and you can see I just ripped it a few times, but I think I could use that to make some runners. I've got two little pieces of 3/8 plywood that might make the runners to go into that, and I've got two pieces of 3/4 birch left over from some cabinets and a 1/2-inch piece of birch left over for cabinets. So I think that I can make this work. So I've got a 20 or 22-inch space available underneath that's out of the way of the vise and out of the way of that vertical support piece that's in the center. And since I want the tray to be out of the way on either side so that I can do some clamping, let's just call it, and let's just say 14 inches deep and 20 inches wide. So let's get to work. Well, I changed my mind already. That other piece of softwood had kind of a twist to it, so I'm going to pick another scrap. This will be 2x4, and I'm going to rip this down for two rails that can go underneath the workbench. And let's just put a clean end on these two pieces. And these are going to have to span the whole length of the table. We'll say minus a 1/16 of an inch. So I flushed them up on that end, and I'm going to mark this end where the cutoff will be. Okay, these are the right length. And now we need to go back to the table saw and rip a little dado in each of these to receive a thin piece of plywood that's going to help slide the drawer. So I changed my mind. Instead of cutting a dado in here, which would leave a very small little piece on the bottom, I think what I'm going to do with these pieces is I'm actually simply going to attach them on the bottom like this. These won't be seen, they'll be underneath, and that will give me a little bit more space on top of that little runner. And because I want a 1/4 inch reveal on that runner, I'm going to space it off with my combination square. Just clamp it in place. Okay, there's our 2 rails, and you can see I decided to cut this runner back just a little bit because I thought it looked a little nicer on the end, just to see this block of wood and not this sticking out. So these will mount underneath, and the drawer will slide on those. And then I'll put a screw here and there, and screw them up to this little fascia on either side of the workbench. Should be plenty, there won't be heavy tools in here. So let's get on to making the drawer. This little scrap here is going to be the 2 sides of the drawer. So they're going to be 14 inches deep and 3 inches deep. So I need to rip this into 2 even strips of 3 inches by 14. So now I need to trim these to the final size. This is the base panel, and it just happens to be 13 1/4 or so. And the way it is, it's a scrap. So I need to cut these sides back so that I have about a 1/4 inch reveal on the front and back to stick into a dado that I'm going to cut on the front and back of the drawer. So this is going to be about 12 5/8 or so. So I'll trim these down. And there we go. There, this should help you visualize where we have to cut this little dado in here. This is stepped up off the table by the thickness of this base. We're even at the top, and we will cut our dado in here. Alright, I set the height of the blade to about 5/16 and got the correct distance for the starting point, which is here, and then I'll nibble down this way, making sure that the piece will fit. So I'll run the same cut on each piece, move the saw, put 2 pieces through, move the saw, put 2 pieces through, and cut that dado out. And there it is, dry fit. And you can see how it's dadoed in there. And then I think I'm going to pocket screw this together. And there's all 5 pieces ready to be glued and screwed. It's all plywood, so I may put a little bit of glue here and there. Alright, there it is. Got it glued and screwed up. And on the sides, instead of dadoing that out, I decided just to trim a few more little strips out of that piece of pine and cleat those on there, and they will ride nicely on these runners I screw to the deck. So let's do that. Let's get these mounted, screwed up to the top of the bottom of the workbench. Well, there it is. A down and dirty shelf to go under the workbench. And you can see how it's put together. Remember the little cleats on the side. So let's stick it underneath there and see what happens. So there you go. You can see how it's pushed in all the way. You really don't see too much down there. Slides out this way. Or that way if I'm working on that side of the bench. And as for the design, I can still clamp things with the shelf in, or even the shelf out. And one last thing, as you can see by this picture, I put a little topper, a little cap on the slider on this side, just so the drawer doesn't drop down. The back of the drawer can just hit that, because the top of this bench is not all the same dimension all the way across. So that way the drawer's not going to droop. Well, that's going to wrap it up. Thanks so much for watching. Another fun little project, a modification to the Harbor Freight Workbench. You know, it's very inexpensive, and every time I do a little mod on it, I feel like I'm getting extra miles per gallon and getting more of my money's worth. So I always have fun. Thanks so much, and I'll see you right here next time.